Hey kids, welcome back to String Cheese and Applesauce, where today we're going to do a Lego Friends build. This is the Lego Heartlake Hair Salon, set number 41093, age range is 6 to 12, 318 pieces. Comes with Emma and Natasha. So this is a brand new set for 2015, and there's some exciting things in here. We have a new scissor mold. And I believe this is the first time that at least I've seen Natasha. And check her out. She has Wild Styles hair mold. Let's go ahead and bust this open, see what we got, and put it together. So we're not going to do an extensive review of this set right now. We're going to do a review of it in a separate video. So this is more or less just the unboxing and build, so we can see what's complicated or not complicated about it. So we have a bag number 1, a bag number 3, and of course, sandwiched in between those two is a bag number 2. One instruction book that's, you can see, is kind of folded over. It just was kind of crumpled inside of the box. So I try to reverse fold it to where it'll lay flat again. That's good enough. We have a sticker sheet, and this is kind of on one of those foil backgrounds, so you can see, depending on how you look at it, it's either reflective or kind of shiny. You can see there's the reflection of the camera. And then we have 2 loose plates, a 16 by 16 and a 8 by 16. Go ahead and open up bag 1 and get this build going. Zoom in a bit so we can see it in detail. So, similar to most all Friends sets, we do have some little bags that have the legs and torsos in them. And depending on where they're made, some of the torsos do not come in bags and some of them do. So I think it has to do with a production thing. Like these torsos in these little bags are produced in a separate factory, and then they have to be shipped to the packaging factory that they put everything in the box. So to prevent any damage during shipment, they put them in the little bags. Alright, so let's go ahead and open up this little bag as well. So I've kind of pulled off the minifigure pieces to the side, and I'll pour the little bag contents in a little pile by itself. That way it's easier to find those pieces, and it has the other face in there. So we'll start with our first minifigure, Natasha. And like I said, we're not going to do a huge review of this. I'm just going to build it for you. So let's see, they have similar faces here. Natasha is the one with the brown eyes. Brown eyes and the blonde hair. And she is holding some scissors. So there's our new scissor mold. And the next minifigure is Emma. And I do believe we've seen this version of Emma before. Nothing new with her. Just holding a little basket. Let's call that a little shopping basket. There's Emma. Alright. And that's all the minifigures, so thanks for watching, because that's all you guys are here to see, right? No, you want to see this whole thing being built. Alright, so the first thing we're going to build is a little accessory cart that is going to have some more scissors and other hairstyling products on it. Turn it over. Little wheel, axle, plates. The wheels are right here. These things. Turn it back over. So you can see the clip right here on the side. We'll attach another pair of scissors on there. And then we have our cone with a little jewel on it. Maybe that's a perfume bottle. Maybe. Who knows? Somebody out there knows. They'll make a comment below and tell me what it is. Alright, so there is a little cart. The beauty cart, we'll call it. Now, we're going to move on to the main attraction, the hair salon. I really like these Lego Friends buildings. They're a good price. You know, they average between $20 and $30. Some of them get in the $40 range. But there's a ton of cool detail in them. A lot of playability. I'm a fan of the Lego Friends line. We don't have any girls in our house. We have a house full of boys, so they're kind of neutral on the Lego Friends. They don't dislike it, but I wouldn't say that it's the first sets that they run to when they go to the Lego store or to any store that sells Legos. But our neighbors, we have quite a few neighbor friends that have girls, little girls, and man, they are all about these Lego Friends sets. And it's kind of like the only time that I get to play with the Lego Friends sets and not feel kind of awkward about it because they enjoy them so much. But without them coming over, I have to play with them by myself and feel awkward about it. I mean, not that I have too much time to be playing with Lego. Anyway, long story just to basically say that these friend sets are pretty awesome. But all of you guys watching it already know that, or else you wouldn't be watching this video, right? So there we go, we've laid out the footprint for the building. Now we're just going to start adding the details. So we have a couple little tiles for this front entry. These little bitty 1x1 square tiles are sometimes a little tricky for my big fingers. I'm sure the kids with smaller fingers like you guys are able to put them on there a lot easier than I can. I mean, when it's like this, when it's just wide open, then it's pretty easy for me. But if I'm trying to squeeze it into a small space, sometimes I need a little bit skinnier finger than mine. Couple more. One more right there. you can see we've made a cool little path going through here into the salon. A couple white bricks. And the windows. So I like these windows. They're a single window frame, but it has these little bars going across, so they look like divided windows. And then you put the little glass plate in there, so it looks like you've got 3 windows. You can kind of hear me tapping it there. Nice little windows. I'll be using these in my Lego city if and when I take this set apart. I know, I'm just building it. How can we even talk about taking it apart? Eventually, you know, I'm sure a lot of you out there that have a lot of Lego sets have run into the problem where you run out of storage or run out of shelving or space to display your Lego sets. So what do you have to do if you get a new set? Well, you either don't display it or you take apart the old sets that don't get much play with anymore. And this will eventually get to that point. I mean, it's a brand new set, so I'm probably going to have this one put together for a while. But when it does come apart, welcome to my Lego city. So these big panels and these big tall bricks, they really help speed up the build. You can see already, you know, we just put on all these windows and big panels, and it's looking like a building already. And it really didn't take much at all. Have our door. The door has a little silver stud on there. Goes right on that yellow plate. Another yellow plate on top of there. Now these plates up here on the top will help hold all of these tall bricks together. Some corner plates. Those will help hold it together as well. There we go. So that's it for the exterior. Of course, we're going to add all the roof part, and then we're going to have some cool little interior details with bag number 2. But that's it for bag 1. We only have 4 extra pieces left over from bag 1. A round tile, a square tile, and then 2 studs. So not bad at all. Let's go ahead and get into bag 2. So bag number 2 doesn't seem to have very many pieces in it. We do have the bag of accessories, so this has your your brushes, combs, mirrors, hair bows, hair dryers, any hair accessory basically to go on the mini dolls. And then we have our little bag of small parts. So I'll kind of do the same thing where I pour the, oh, there was one more extra piece from bag one. I'll do the same thing. I'll pour all the small parts off to the side. That way they don't get mixed in and get harder to find with the big pieces. So let's go ahead and get into the inside. So where do we start? We start with a 1x2x2 brick and a yellow brick over there. Oh, and I just noticed that this modified plate I put on backwards. It goes right there. So we've got some interior decoration. Kind of looks funny from the outside looking in, but from the inside it looks fine. Then we have a cash register. And these are cool little pieces that I noticed the first time in the Heartlake shopping mall. Is the little little coin. It says 5 on it. We don't know if that's 5 cents or maybe $5, but we get our standard $100 bill right there. And for some reason, we're just going to leave money just sitting on the countertop. You know, nobody's going to take that. Not in this Lego city with all the crime. Lego police everywhere. Alright, so we have this little cabinet that is going to hold some of our accessories. Let me open this little mini bag. So we're just going to put a butterfly and a bow. Let's put a bow in there. Butterfly and a bow goes in the little drawer. Close the drawer. We'll have some flowers on top of this counter for decoration. And we'll put this right back there. Next up is another little countertop piece. This one is going to have some clips on it. Little yellow modified plate with a clip on the side. I'm actually going to have 2 of them. And then our aqua countertop, 1x2 brick. Cone with a flower on it. So once again, a little bit more decoration, and then this one's going to go right back there. Alright, this step has quite a few pieces. I'm going to kind of pull them all out separate so I don't forget. Alright, so we're going to have, so these little pieces we're putting on over here are, you know, use your imagination type pieces. They're, you know, maybe a shampoo and conditioner bottle, maybe some perfume or some hair coloring, who knows. They're real generic in nature, so, you know, anyone that's been to a hair salon kind of knows all the different products that are in there. So use your imagination. make it whatever you want it to be. Maybe your hair salon specializes in hair coloring, and those are all hair colors. Got some pieces flying. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and clip on some of these accessories. We've got the big comb, we've got a brush, and we have the hair dryer. Once again, this is kind of where my big fingers are not helping me out much. There we go. And we do have more scissors in this bag number 2. So that's cool. A faucet, and then a little sink bowl. We'll put some of these trans light blue studs in there to make it look like water. And of all the friend sets that I've built, I still haven't quite figured out why they like to use these slotted tiles kind of throughout the floors of the friends' buildings. You can see we've got quite a few being used here, and we've even got some up here. They don't really, it's consistent on all the friend sets. They use them on the floors, but it doesn't have much of anything to do with the actual floor itself, so kind of at a loss to why they continue to use those particular pieces. So here we go again with some more tables and or displays. So this one's actually going to be pretty cool because we have hair pieces that are going to be attached to this little turntable and a mirror. We'll go ahead and put on a crown on this one and a little flower piece on this hair. So you got some wigs you can try on. You can see it turns. So if you're in the hair salon, you can shop and pick out a cool little wig to wear. So I was saying it didn't seem like there's many pieces in this bag, but most of them were so little that it's actually taken quite a while to build the second bag. Alright, so we have 2 little salon chairs. I've already put one in right next to the hair washing sink. And then this one looks like the one that goes over here by the hair cutting station, or the styling station, what are you going to call it? This is kind of interesting. We're building a little coffee maker. A little Keurig machine there. You can make your own coffee. And that goes right over here. We have some 2x2 tiles that go right there. That represents some magazines and books to get your next hairstyle inspiration from. And that's it for bag 2. So we have quite a few hair accessories left over. I'm sure we'll find somewhere to put those. And then more extra pieces. So the cool extra pieces in this little bag are we get another little coin, and then we have some more scissors. And then the rest is just all small pieces that can potentially get lost. Let's move on to the third and final bag. So, pretty fun little build so far. We've pretty much got the exterior first level done, and we've got the interior done. Now it's time to move on to the roof area and any exterior details. This piece is kind of new to me. It's a round 2x2 tile with a stud in the middle that has a hole in it. Similar to a jumper plate, except it's round and it has a hole in it, which is not like a jumper plate. Jumper plates don't have holes in them. They're just solid studs. Alright, so we're going to make a few little flowers. And each one of these has a round 1x1 brick. With the yellow flowers on them. And each one goes right down inside of this planter. Okay. This is just a little sign, goes up front. Now we'll build a couple awnings for the window. So these awnings are curved, and then underneath them we'll put 4 of these round trans yellow studs. And each one goes over the side windows. Now we're going to start building the little roof piece. It's not much of a roof, it's more of a facade. Because these little building sets that the friends play with are what I call Hollywood sets, where the front is all complete and detailed, but then when you turn it around, it's there's no walls in the back because it gives you room to kind of play. Which is not a bad thing. If they didn't do it that way, then they'd have to put some sort of hinge mechanism or a roof that completely comes off to allow you to have access to the inside. All right, how's that looking? Just have a couple more little pieces. So this is a sub build that we're going to do. That's going to have the majority of the top piece as one. I like all the rainbow of colors that we get with the friend sets. It's a refreshing change from the standard grays and solid colors from standard Lego sets. Oops, my magazines all fell off. Oh man. I'll put those back on in a minute. Let's look at that. Now it's looking like a salon or some sort of cool diner. One of the two. Next up, looks like we're going to build the holder for the big scissors on the front. these bars and then some Technic bushings. Those go right there. Now, let's build some scissors. Brick-built scissors. Alright, so there's the two cutting pieces. Let's slide each one of these on this bar. Just like that. And then these little black life preserver pieces attach right on top of those. And that makes the cool scissors. How's that look? That looks pretty cool. I like that. And that is it for the build. So we have Emma. I'll go ahead and put a few things in her little basket. Natasha. And our hair salon. So we're going to do a review of this set. So we'll look at everything in detail, including the minifigures and everything inside. This was more or less just the build. So tell me what you guys think. You think it's going to be easy? Do you have this set yet? Do you want it? Did this little build make you want it more or make you want it less? Let me know. Put a comment below. Make sure to check us out on Instagram. There'll be pictures of this set. There was in the past, because everything that goes on my YouTube, you'll see it first on Instagram, way before these videos get put on YouTube. So that's a great way to follow me and see what's coming up on my channel. And speaking of my channel, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss these builds and reviews. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.